From the opening minutes of the film where Donnie rides his bike around a darkly photographed suburbia to the post-punk stylings of Echo and the Bunnymen, a mood is established and never broken. It's a lunar movie. At first, the movie appears to be about a Donnie Darko happy family movie, the middle child of an everyday family who bicker over the breakfast table about politics. He is a teenage boy living with his two sisters, like a normal teenage home with teenage growing drama. Donnie Darko takes a metaphorical approach and establishes the world itself movie is a piece of art, and nowhere seems like the first work of the director. It will leave you thinking about what you just saw, and it is a little difficult to understand it in the first go. The entire journey of the movie is intriguing and nowhere you would lose interest. After a lot of perfect sci-fi mysteries from Nolan, this may seem a bit outdated, but it is worth a watch. Donnie Darko is a psychological science fiction film released on September 11, 2001. It was initially overlooked because of the day, but didn't become a cult classic until later. The film was directed by Richard Kelly. The story revolves around a troubled teenager named Donnie Darko, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who is plagued by apocalyptic visions and disturbing occurrences. Donnie Darko begins to hear voices, which have caused him to engage in troublesome behavior. Set in 1988, the film explores themes of time travel, destiny, and the blurred lines between reality and imagination. Donnie starts seeing a large rabbit named Frank, who manipulates him to commit various acts, some of which have serious consequences. Donnie Darko believes he is some kind of a hero. He is friends with Gina Gretchen, whose parents got divorced. Upon hearing her story, he believes he also has some emotional problems like Gina's father, who stabbed his wife 4 times. He outsmarts his teachers and friends all the time. He has dark, surreal behavior issues. He seems likable, but appears creepy as the story progresses. In the film Donnie Darko, Donnie's doctor, Dr. Thurman, believes that he is suffering from a combination of psychological and neurological issues. Donnie Darko's inability to cope with reality has grown into paranoid schizophrenia, and she suggests that he has been experiencing daylight hallucinations and delusions. Donnie sees his rabbit-faced friend Frank. He is on heavy meds every time he sleeps. He wakes up to his imaginary friend's voice. "Wake up, Donnie." He told him the world is about to end, which resulted in him sleepwalking on October 2nd, and during his sleepwalk sessions, he was able to escape a 747 jet engine crash. All as Frank forebodingly counts down the 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds, until the world ends. Upon hearing about time travel, he became interested in the wormholes. He came across the book, The Philosophy of Time Travel, which was written by Roberta Sparrow, the dead grandma. Only Donnie Darko can see the other dimension, a liquid transparent arrow which believes to be the future timeline that leads him into the future. The movie sure gets criticism for its complex plot and ambiguous ending. They found it confusing and lacking in coherence. Additionally, some viewers were not drawn to the dark and melancholic tone of the film, finding it too depressing or unsettling. I didn't interpret this movie as being about time travel so much as about schizophrenia and seeing the future. It was my understanding that Donnie hallucinated the entire 28 days right before he died, and he and the hallucinations became interested in time travel to justify why he was seeing these spheres. The fact that Frank reappears to him throughout the movie and turns out to be his sister's mentally disturbed boyfriend's Halloween costume also hints more towards mental illness than time travel. The scene with Donnie discussing Frank with his therapist, while hypnotized, is further evidence that the whole movie is about mental illness. But the fact that the hallucination occurred right before his death means that he was, in fact, able to see into the future. There's lots of room for interpretations, of course. Many viewers approaches the movie from a scientific, physics lens, and I saw it through a psychological, philosophical lens. The movie concludes Donnie's ultimate fate, which is to sacrifice himself to undo the harm he believes he has caused to the world. This harm only occurred because of his efforts to prevent it. While it may not make logical sense, the movie describes it as a dramatic and poetic tragedy. We all have inner Molgoth. The paradoxical nature of Donnie's and the dramatic impact of his sacrifice deserves all admiration for the tragic end. After a lot of perfect sci-fi mysteries from Nolan, this may seem a bit outdated, but it is worth a watch. The climax of this movie showcases its greatest strength as the puzzles seamlessly fit together, leaving the audience with lingering questions and a strong desire to re-watch the film with newfound insight. Having watched Donnie Darko multiple times, spacing out viewings to maintain a fresh experience, I still find it compelling and thought-provoking regarding life, death, sacrifice, fear, love, and adolescence. As I grow older and gain maturity, my perspective shifts, and I strangely relate more to the older characters such as Donnie's parents, therapist, and teachers. However, Donnie Darko himself remains a captivating character who unfolds a poignant tale of a boy's internal struggle to serve a greater purpose. The Donnie Darko soundtrack is amazing, the best in movie history. Dr. Thurman attempts to help Donnie by providing therapy and prescribing medication to manage his symptoms. The movie embraces the pubescent concept, and in its final moments, Donnie Darko's notion that one's own life is a burden on others. The movie Donnie Darko has several pros. The storyline is engaging and keeps the audience hooked from start to finish. The acting performances are top-notch, with the actors bringing their characters to life with great depth and emotion. The movie also tackles important themes and messages, providing thought-provoking content for viewers. Overall, Donnie Darko is a must-watch film that delivers on multiple fronts.